The Jeffrey Epstein emails are sending shockwaves through royal circles, and Sarah Ferguson is unable to avoid the spotlight. The former Duchess of York, already infamous for a humiliating 2010 cash for access sting, is now revealed to have been privately discussed by Epstein and senior political figures in newly declassified correspondence released by the U.S. Department of Justice, as per a report by the Daily Mail. Among the most explosive claims, Epstein allegedly suggested Ferguson should admit her medication abuse and go into rehab after she was exposed in the sting. Here's what the emails show, how the scandal unfolded, and why these revelations are reigniting scrutiny over the royal family's long-shadowed ties to Epstein. To understand the significance of these emails, we have to rewind to 2010. Undercover journalist Mazhar Mahmood, known as the Fake Sheik, posed as a wealthy businessman. He reportedly arranged a meeting with Ferguson at a Mayfair apartment. At the time, her ex-husband and then Prince Andrew was serving as the UK's trade envoy, a powerful position promoting British business interests overseas. Hidden cameras captured Ferguson allegedly requesting £500,000 in exchange for access to Andrew. She was recorded saying, "I can open any door you want. Look after me and he'll look after you. You'll get it back tenfold." She was later filmed accepting £40,000 in cash as a down payment, a moment that ended with her in tears. The story exploded across the UK when it was published by the News of the World. What makes this resurfacing scandal more explosive is what happened behind the scenes. At 6:30 a.m. on the day the story broke, Epstein emailed British political heavyweight Peter Mandelson asking whether he had seen the exposé. Mandelson reportedly replied by calling Ferguson desperate and said he felt sorry for her. Epstein then reportedly suggested Ferguson should publicly admit to medication abuse and enter rehab, framing it as a potential damage control strategy. Mandelson replied that rehab was an option, but it would be awful for her and the girls, seemingly referring to Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, who were in their early 20s at the time. There is no evidence Ferguson had a medication addiction or attended rehab, but the tone of the emails reveals how closely Epstein was monitoring and commenting on royal affairs. In the immediate aftermath, Ferguson issued a public apology, calling it a serious lapse in judgment. She attributed her actions to spiraling debt and personal struggles. Speaking later to Oprah Winfrey, she described feeling out of control with desperation, comparing her behavior to addiction-driven decision-making. She admitted to financial pressures and looking for quick fixes in places I wouldn't normally look. But Epstein's emails now add a new dimension, showing that he was privately advising on how she might spin or manage the crisis. Separate DOJ-released emails also reveal that Ferguson had sought Epstein's advice and backing for various business ventures. In 2009, she enthusiastically wrote to him about launching Sarah Ferguson-branded clothing and fragrance lines, including potential collaboration with Tommy Hilfiger, as well as television and publishing projects. In one message, she thanked him warmly. In another email, she told him that she was at his service and suggested they should marry. The tone of the correspondence has drawn renewed public criticism, particularly given Epstein's 2008 conviction for procuring an underage girl for prostitution. While there is no suggestion Ferguson was involved in any criminal activity tied to Epstein, her friendly exchanges are now under fresh scrutiny. These revelations come amid continuing fallout for Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. The disgraced royal has faced intense criticism for his own relationship with Epstein, culminating in a 2022 settlement with Virginia Giuffre, who alleged she was trafficked to him as a minor. Andrew has consistently denied wrongdoing. In recent past, he was stripped of military titles and patronages. Buckingham Palace has repeatedly stated that Andrew must address the allegations personally while emphasizing sympathy for victims. Now, with Ferguson's emails resurfacing, the royal family once again finds itself navigating reputational turbulence. The broader context here is the massive release of Epstein-related documents by the U.S. Department of Justice. Millions of pages, including emails, flight logs, and depositions, have been made public under transparency legislation. The files have implicated politicians, diplomats, celebrities, and business leaders in varying degrees of association, though being named does not imply criminal wrongdoing. In the UK and Europe, several high-profile figures have faced political consequences simply for maintaining contact with Epstein after his 2008 conviction. The Ferguson emails now fall into that same category: association, tone, and proximity, rather than allegations of criminal behavior. At 66, Sarah Ferguson has spent years attempting to rebuild her public image. She has authored children's books, appeared on talk shows, and emphasized her role as a grandmother. But financial difficulties have long shadowed her post-royal life, from mounting debts to controversial business ventures. Now, these emails risk opening old wounds, not just about money, but about judgment. The key question isn't whether Ferguson committed a crime, there's no evidence suggesting that, but rather how her closeness and communication with Epstein will be interpreted in today's climate. Public tolerance for associations with Epstein has dramatically shifted in recent years. What might have once been dismissed as poor judgment now carries heavier reputational weight. The newly released emails show that Jeffrey Epstein was not just a distant acquaintance of high-profile figures, he was engaged in active conversations about their crises, their reputations, and even their damage control strategies. For Sarah Ferguson, the resurfacing of these exchanges is a stark reminder that the Epstein story continues to ripple outward, touching people long after his death. And as more files are examined, one thing is certain: the scrutiny surrounding anyone who maintained contact with Epstein is far from over. The question now is whether these latest revelations will fade or become yet another chapter in the long-running saga of the Epstein files and the British royal family.